Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Today, the three of us, Norasyikin, Shaikh Ibrahim, Dr. Rahazan Daud, and Dr. Salma Satiman. We are from the National Public Administration Institute of Malaysia. We'll be presenting to you factors on determining the elderly to use the technology. And this is the content of our presentation. We'll start off with the background and followed by the literature review, the methodology, the proposed conceptual framework. Before we end, we'll go for the discussion, and in the end, we will conclude. The term elderly refers to people who have attained at the age of 60 or more, as defined by the World Assembly on Aging 1982 in Vienna. So Malaysia's population aged 60 and more is expected to reach 3.6 million in 2021, accounting for 11.2% of the total population. And meanwhile, there is 7.4% of the population, or 2.4 million people, are 65 and older. This is according to the Department of Statistics Malaysia in 2021. The increase in age usually comes together with a decline in health and ability to perform daily tasks. However, most of elderly favors to live independently in their homes and remain in their communities as long as they can. So there's a study shows that there is a significantly increase in mental and physical health among elderly during COVID-19 safety measures, such as pain from untreated medical condition and psychological impact such as stress, uncertainty, isolation, and leading to increased loneliness. The usage of technology among the elderly depends so much on their acceptance and willingness to explore and use it. So, previous studies have been done to understand the factors that influencing the acceptance of electronic technology among the elderly. Therefore, Pick et al. 2014 suggested on the need to further more study on the subject. In the Malaysian context, the study among the elderly and acceptance of technology is not excluded. The Malaysian government put tremendous a lot of effort to develop information and facilities for the public through the information technology ICT. It is meaningless if it can be utilized by all the nation and the elderly. It's not. Therefore, the understanding on factors that influence the senior citizens on acceptance and technologies in Malaysia is interesting to be explored. The problem statement, the understanding on factors that influence senior citizens' acceptance on technologies in Malaysia. This is essential to explore as the Malaysian government put tremendous a lot of effort to develop the information and facilities for the public through the information technology. So what are the research objectives? The research objective is to understand the factors that influence senior citizen acceptance on technologies in Malaysia. In the literature review, we have discussed on the need of technologies among the elderly and also the acceptance of technology among the elderly. It is reported that the elderly population will increase from 10% of total population in 2000 to 15% by 2025. So it's not excluded from Malaysia. It is expected that the proportion of elderly will grow from 6.3% in 2000 to 12% by the year 2030. Okay, but however, changes in Malaysian society brought by the modernization and development had influenced the family structure, such as size and marital status. Besides that, the increasing case of divorce and non-marriage rate and fewer children living with parents create new challenges to the family institution. Okay. This alarming rate require a change in policy making and people way of life. So, this situation might threaten the culture of family institution role as the caretakers or support for the elderly. In addition to that, Tunku Aizan suggested that the attention should be given to the effort on social networks arrangement on how to improve the elderly mental health status. This is coherently with the studies from Korea found that older adults have stronger social support, were more likely to have a higher life satisfaction and mental well-being. Thus, there is a need on some preparation due to the rising number of the elderly, and then the emergence of technology might one of the elements that they need to explore with the help from the probably from the children. Besides that, according to 2010 census, 7% of the elderly living alone as single-member household in Malaysia. Thus, the increasing percentage of older persons living alone would require more services to facilitate their well-being and routine life. However, in Malaysia's level education among male elderly is higher than women's elderly. In this context, acceptance of the elderly in their life is crucial. Technology could provide the information helping influencing modern life and increasing their social network, thus indirectly reduce the social isolation and also reduce the stress, which will indirectly improve the quality of life. Okay, the acceptance of technology among the elderly. So, the existence of the internet network causes the emergence of many systems on the market. Okay, the availability and understanding and the use of internet. This will allow the including elderly to send message or communicating with each others. And we can see that there's so many TV shows sending about the messages on the communication using the internet. Okay, and this will also include the elderly, yeah, to share video and pictures, play games, paying any bills, and e-work security tools for emergency cases. According to Internet User Survey in 2020 report by NCMC, older generation are embracing modern technology more than ever before. So there is a survey determined that the percentage of internet users stood by 88.7%. Okay. The methodology are using the searching databases such as Emerald, JSTOR, and Wali Web Online. The keywords used are innovation and or elderly and or technology and or Malaysia. It was 1,110. So this is the proposed conceptual framework, yeah, taken by the motion from the search series in 2019. The first is the willingness to use technology. Then experience benefits of technology and also individual characteristics. New technology, all variables related to technology are categorized into this dimension. The possible variable as suggested by literature are technical errors, ease of use of factors, privacy implications, experience benefits of increased safety, companionship, increased security, and the willingness to use technology. The experience benefits of technology, this would include also the social dimension. Ginger in 2015 pointed out that participants require more time to use the technology and that the interaction is highly affected by social influences. A last characteristic of technology that was appreciated was unobtrusiveness, as they reported that they felt the technology was not intruding their lives. The characteristics this dimension may include all the people, past or experiences, attitudes, or physical environment. And according to Certicides, characteristics also, okay. In the discussion part, the technology nowadays, technology is one of the main elements that are utilized as a medium to collect, store, and distribute information. Due to the potential benefits, many organizations have implemented technology to ease the process of distributing information and communication. This is according to Dow 2020. In the social part, Giger et al. 2015 pointed out that participants require more time to use the technology and that the interaction is highly affected by social influences. A last characteristic of the technology that was appreciated by seniors was its unobtrusiveness, as they reported that they felt the technology was not intruding their lives. In the final part of the discussion, it was discussed in the individual characteristics. The openness of characteristics to accept technology is essential for elderly in order to cope with the latest lifestyle. So, in the conclusion, okay, as a conclusion, this paper contributes to a greater understanding of the factors that influence elderly people's willingness to use technology, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite their gradual adoption of technology, studies show that they are seeing the advantages. The outcome may differ depending on situation. However, early studies provided a foundation for conducting research. We believe this.